Hi guys, how are you all doing? Hope you are well and having a great week. And for those of you that I haven't met, my name is Hannah Purney and I am founder of Translating Me, which helps you to return to work in a meaningful and fulfilling way, and to regain your sparkle through paid work or voluntary work, and just really make the most of your time abroad. So I work with a whole range of people before they come, usually through our Global Intern program, but I've also worked with professional athletes, with CEOs, executive writers, artists, engineers, teachers, sales assistants. Regardless of the background, they all really want to change their career or get excited about what's next, but they really struggle to know where to start. And so what tends to happen is they kind of fall down that rabbit hole of, but Hannah, I've never done this before. I'm the first in my family to set up by myself, or I don't have the experience. I'm not a techie person. I don't even like social media. I have no idea how to set up my website. I have no idea who will employ me. I have no idea where I'm going to get clients from. And so they just start, before they've even started, they start to give themselves the 101 reasons why this isn't going to work. All of the gaps in their knowledge, all of the gaps in their experience, all of their shortcomings, all of the things that they don't know yet are coming up to the surface. And I just remind them to just press stop and just notice how much you are self-sabotaging yourself, and that it's okay to start learning, but that you are never, ever starting from scratch. And that's the key thing. We think that we are starting from zero, when actually you're not at all. Just because you haven't been in work doesn't mean you haven't developed. Let me say that again. Just because you are not in work does not mean that you have not developed skills, experiences, learnt resilience, learnt to project manage. Every single thing that you have experienced, adapted to, learnt, failed, seen, listened to, overcome, all of that are learnings that you can draw from, and you will draw from once you get started again. So you are never starting from scratch. You are always starting from experience. Experiences that, yes, are different. We've taken the off-route track. We haven't done the easy 9 to 5, stay in a job and then retire 50 years later. But nor has anyone else, because those days have gone. We've taken the off-road. But that does make it much harder. Why? Because there's no boss telling you what to do. And 2, there's no partners, or there's no clear career map ahead of you that you can just take on. The hard thing is you now have to take that responsibility to do it for yourself. And that's when we start to get really confused. Oh, hi, Sophie. How are you doing? Lovely to see you. So I'm just talking about how the majority of us, when we start something new, or we don't even start doing something, it's because we feel like we're starting again from scratch, and we start to tell ourselves all of the 101 reasons why we're going to fail at it and why we don't have the experience, or even worse, we start to compare ourselves to people back home or to people that have been in that profession for years and years and years. And sure, you know what? They are going to have more experience in that skill than you, but you have a completely different perspective to them because you've lived abroad, because you've met different people, because you've been out of your comfort zone, because you've built resilience, because you've had to know what to do when you first land in a country where you can't speak the language and your partner's buggered off to work, and you're there with 3 children in a flat 5 o'clock in the morning going, right, okay. Where do we go today? You know, all of those are experiences that you have developed skills from. So you are never starting from scratch. You are always starting from experience. And your experience is as good, if not better, or not better, but the same as if you had stayed at home and just continued within your career. You have still learnt skills that are valuable to the workplace. All that needs to happen is we just need to change how we're communicating those and package them up to make sure that they are relevant. But here's the thing, that's the joy of it. The success that we were all taught, that when we work really hard and then success will come when we become partner and then we'll be happy, the success that you only get to enjoy life once you've achieved something, it's a lie. It doesn't work. You know, the whole wave now on wellness and mindfulness is about helping us to enjoy the process. So don't wait until you feel like you have the experience you need. Don't wait until you're confident again. The best way to get your confidence is to start. And you have the skills. You are completely unique. Nobody else has been and lived in the countries you have. Nobody else has studied the things you have. Nobody else has the family background that you have. So just because those aren't all within the work context does not mean that they are not valuable to the workplace. And that is what's flipping exciting. So use this as a kick up the bum. Use this to know that you have your sparkle. You can make an impact on the world. Yes, it's not as obvious and it's not as easy, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't get started. And so if you want to get started, if you want to take that responsibility for how can I continue my own personal development, so I don't have a boss telling me to do this or to go on this training course, but I do have the opportunity through technology, through social media, to continue my own learning, to continue to develop skills and to continue to think about what my version of success is. If you want to do that, then join us next Tuesday evening on here, and I will be running a workshop that will help you put together your own personal development plan. And this is really for those of us that are coming back now. The kids are going to go back to school soon, and we're like, what do we do now? So this is an opportunity for you to realise, oh yeah, actually I do have those skills. I do have experiences. I do have passions and talents, and I can add value to the workplace again. This is the opportunity to see how social media can help you develop those further. So we will be looking at how to just use one exercise a day, every day on social media that will ensure that you stay relevant to the workplace. We will be talking about how different people are using social media, both to continue their own development, but also to continue their careers. And I will also be answering everything you need to know about the Global Intern Programme, which our last of the year is starting in September. So come and join us on Tuesday. But just for now, know that you are never starting from scratch. You are always starting from experience. Just because you're not working does not mean that you have not developed vital skills and experiences that you will go on to draw from later on when you do return to work, or if you're working voluntary, or however you are using your sparkle. It doesn't matter. You have the skills, you have the passions. The best thing you can do is to get started. Cheers, guys. Have a wonderful week. Bye.